The morning news. Now, top management of NNPC Limited and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has inspected petrol stations in Abuja experiencing petrol queues. During the on-the-spot assessment, they urged motorists to avoid panic buying as the queues will soon fizzle out.
It also affected the loading of trucks at the depots. So we had to suspend all of that during the thunderstorms for safety reasons. And that's why you see this tightness.
There should be no panic. There is no intention or any anticipated increase in price.
Leadership of the Nigerian Senate says Nigeria is open for business to investors, especially in the power, education, construction and other key sectors critical to economic development. The Deputy President of the Senate, Barrow Jibrin, made the assertion during an engagement with a group of Chinese investors. The National Assembly, he added, is committed to making legal provisions that would enhance business regulations and operations in Nigeria for mutual benefits.
With solid mineral, petroleum, gas, and so on and so forth. So you have made the best decision by coming into Nigeria.
We would like to strengthen the cooperation in education, in vocational education area, and also the techniques and skills training.
Companies found to have compromised on safety standards in the iron and steel manufacturing sector will face the full wrath of the law upon completion of investigations by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, into alleged sharp practices in the manufacturing of steel products in the country. This is to address incessant building collapse in the country as the team from the Commission carried out surveillance operations at 3 steel companies along industrial layout in Ogun State.
Surveillance reports that the companies in question are involved in some anti-competitive behavior, and that is the reason why we decided to come to 3 out of the many companies that are here in Lagos so we can take a sample.
The federal government says it is engaging labor unions in a fair and equitable process capable of sustaining the aspirations of every Nigerian worker. Minister of State for Labor and Employment in Kiruka Onyejocha stated this at a one-day retreat on labor reforms and the quest for living wage in Nigeria, organized by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in Abuja.
Back of these reforms, we are particularly focused on factories and industrial parks. These areas are critical to our industrial strategy and the well-being of thousands of workers.
The National Working Committee of the Governing All Progressives Congress says the party is gathering momentum ahead of Edo State governorship election billed for 21st September 2024. This came to the fore shortly after a closed-door session which lasted for a few hours at the Buhari House. The party expressed commitment of the Tinubu's presidency towards addressing challenges of nationhood with the renewed hope agenda as a model.
20th of this month, the National Campaign Council will be inaugurated in Edo State. And it is expected that most of the members of the Progressive Governors Forum will be in attendance. Which other party can provide or boast of such assets?
And that's the news for now. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Claire and Yenri after this commercial break. Stay with us.